Hey, y'all. I hope y'all doing well. Hey, Facebook, hey, Instagram. I hope, like I said, I hope y'all doing well tonight. Tonight's video, of course, this is Workshop Sunday. And, of course, the video tonight is talking about is not how you say it. It's not what you say, but how you say it. My bad, y'all. But like I said, definitely welcome to the video. This is the communication series workshops. And this is, of course, the particular video where I'm going to be talking about the 4 parts of communication and how they can affect, of course, what you're saying to your partner when y'all are having a conversation. It can affect how your partner is viewing you, viewing what you say, all the type of thing as well. So I'm not going to get, just to let you know, too deep into every single part of communication, scientifically or anything therapeutically, anything like that at all. But I am going to kind of go over them briefly with you. But like I said, it's more about, like I said, we're going to talk more about, it's not what you say, but how you say it. And like I said, that'll make more sense shortly. So getting on to the 4 parts of community. Oh, I didn't even say who I was. For those who don't know me, I'm Tonetta Clay, relationship and life coach. Of course, here to help you fix your life, of course, and fix your relationship as well. So like I said, definitely welcome to the video. If you want to know more about me, make sure that you're, of course, following this page or joining the community, whichever place you're seeing this at. Make sure that you're following me wherever you're looking at this at, so that you can, of course, stay in the know about what's going on, what I'm talking about when it comes to relationships and life and that kind of thing as well. And thank you all, Janice and Mike, for tuning in. I hope that you're doing well. And let's get on to these 4 parts of communication. Like I said before, I'm going to talk about these 4 parts. The first part is the verbal communication, exactly what I'm saying is coming out of my mouth that you all hear. The words and that kind of thing, that's the verbal part of communication. And of course, all these things matter. But like I said, definitely the how you say it is definitely one of the things that matter when it comes to, of course, talking to somebody else, especially with your partner. But like I said, the verbal communication is how you use words and sounds to express yourself verbally when you're having a conversation. And that actually, believe it or not, only makes up about 7% of our communication. Just to let you all know, even though you may talk a lot, that kind of thing. But all this stuff that I'm doing with the nonverbals, that's what's next, nonverbals. The nonverbal communication, of course, it's the body language. It's the messages that we send through our body language, our expressions, our gesture, our posture, our eye movements. And like I said, in the distance that you have between you and your partner where you all are talking, like I said, that makes up way more than than the verbal, makes up 55% of the communication that you're doing. We don't realize, of course, that when we're talking to somebody that we, of course, we're saying words and stuff like that. We all say words, but we're saying words. But like I said, definitely we don't realize that when we're talking, we're using the hand gestures where, of course, our eyes may be twitching or closing or, I don't know, opening wide, like, oh my God, I'm going to get you, I'm so upset, that kind of thing. Of course, our body language could be, of course, moving forward towards the person, so I guess so we can hear, or moving back, saying that we don't want to be bothered, or putting our arms, I guess, like folding our arms, like this, saying that I don't care, stay away from me, that kind of thing. All our body language, like I said, it definitely matters and it speaks volumes. The next thing that speaks volumes, I know some of you all may have heard of this or may not, but it's called the paraverbal communication. And that is the communication that goes along with everything I just said, the verbal and the nonverbal. But it is the way that you emphasize your words, the tone of your words, how loud, soft you're talking, well, the tone, the pitch, and the speed of the words that you're saying. All those things can have different meanings. Like I said, I know sometimes we get upset and we're howling and yelling, that kind of thing. Like I said, definitely, it can definitely affect the way our words come out. And of course, our conversation goes and ends. I guess I put it that way as well. Like I said, definitely the pitch is, of course, how high or low you're talking. If you're talking loud and screaming, howling, yelling, of course, we know that you're upset. But if you're, of course, calm, you're talking low, well, not low, but you're talking calmly, I guess I put it that way, then we, of course, know that you're not probably upset, howling, I guess upset and yelling and that kind of thing. And the tone refers to, it can, of course, it goes with the various pitches that you use to develop and build your mood. Of course, I'm trying to see, when you speak more monotonous and flat, That's saying that you don't care about, well, at least for most, I can't say it for everybody, but for a lot of people, when you're trying to, I guess, have a conversation with somebody, your voice, your pitches, normally your tones, pitch, whatever you want to call it, goes up and down. People know that whether you're excited, people know that you're either bored. Like I said, the monotonous tone sometimes, I ain't gonna say a lot of sometimes, but a lot of times it can mean that you're bored or you don't want to be there, or maybe that's just the way you talk. Your partner will have to know that. But of course, if I'm talking to you and I'm getting really this kind of thing, that means to me that I'm not interested in this conversation or what I got to say is what it means to me. The speed or pace. Like I said, definitely when you're talking fast, you're talking slow. I talk fast naturally. So, but like I said, some people don't. But like I said, definitely, I know sometimes it can be difficult to comprehend what I'm saying sometimes. Tell me to slow down if you need. But like I said, definitely the pace and the speed of your words matter. Just keep that in mind as well. But like I said, the main things that matter to me when it comes to the parts of communication, like I said, are the nonverbals and the paraverbals. Like I said, let me tell you one more too that's very important. It's the listening. Of course, when it comes to listening, of course, I know we always seem to, of course, listen to speak, I guess I put it that way, and not actually listening to understand, to hear what the person has to say. The main thing that we're looking for, at least I'm looking for when we're talking to our partners and listening, to make sure that you're not listening just to speak and just to answer their question. You're listening, of course, to obtain some information. You're listening to, of course, to understand. You're listening, of course, whether it's for enjoyment as well, they can be, and you're listening to learn. It's not just, of course, just to say, just to hurry up and retaliate, say something back and not thinking, that kind of thing. Like I said, definitely listening is very, very important as well. Like I said, we have to do all these 4 parts of communication because they all work together. Whenever you're having any kind of conversation, the verbal, the nonverbal, the paraverbals, and the listening. Like I said, they all intertwine when you're having any kind of conversation. But like I said, the main things that stick out is the way that you're saying the things that you say. I know a lot of times we, of course, talking to our partners, whoever your partner is, and of course you may be upset, that kind of thing, or you may, I don't know, be happy. I guess it just depends on whatever's going on in the conversation. But what I'm talking about is the negatives that may come from the things that you say and how you say it. A lot of times we, of course, I used to have a very, very bad, I guess, bad temper. Used to holler, yell, curse, all this type of thing, say condescending stuff sometimes. And I know the way I was coming off was disrespectful. I had to learn that it was by people telling me that I'm being disrespectful. I shouldn't have said the things that I said that way. I wasn't coming to the person with love at all. I was coming with anger, hate, bitterness, resentment, all the things that were negative. I wasn't coming with the love at all. And that's one thing that I want to let you all know. I know a lot of times I hear from men about how their woman talks to them like they're his mother, talks to them like they're disrespecting him, like he doesn't mean anything. We may not see that, I guess, women right away, which I notice it, but like I said, definitely you may not notice that right away at all until your partner says that to you. But just know that sometimes the way that we're coming off, the nasty attitude, the way that you may say things, you know that is sarcastic and that kind of thing. Like I said, that is a major turnoff to your partner. It's very disrespectful. And like I said, then we all want to wonder why when it's time for our partner to, of course, when we're asking our partner to open up and to, baby, let me know what's going on with you. You wonder why that person's not opening up to you. They don't want to talk to somebody that's very sarcastic, very, very disrespectful in the way that they're talking to them and approaching them. They don't want to talk to somebody that's talking to them condescendingly, like they're their mother or like they're their father or that kind of thing. They want to talk to somebody that's their partner and that's coming from love. Not coming from like I said, a bitter mindset, an upset mindset, you don't mean nothing to me mindset, a disrespectful mindset. All those things come off when we're talking about this communication, especially when it comes to the paraverbals, the tone, the pitch, and the pace. And the way that you're listening as well. Actually, all of it. You could sit there and have a conversation with somebody doing this the whole time. Okay, looking over there, looking, I don't know, at the cat, the dog, playing with the other animals, and not listen to anything your partner's saying. I have seen conversations like that, and I have been in conversations like that. I can't tell you how disrespectful that is. And then we expect for somebody to come talk to you when they're feeling low, they're having a bad day, or when you know it's someone on their mind, or when you know that you're asking them questions to open up and that kind of thing, and they won't do that with you because you wonder why. Nobody wants to be with somebody who's, excuse me, like I said, being disrespectful and being very negative in the way that they're coming off with their communication. Nobody does. And like I know, I was just talking about the men, how I've gotten a lot of men who said to me those specific things. That's why I'm bringing it up. How the woman comes to them talking to them very, very disrespectfully, like they are the scum of the earth, or like they're just upset with them and they have no idea what's going on. How they come to them hollering, yelling like they're their mama or somebody, or their daddy, all this kind of stuff. How they come to them and you can hear the bitterness, the anger in their voice, but they don't want to, of course, have a normal conversation, but they want to holler, yell, have a nasty attitude, that kind of thing. And then I heard from the women too, with the men, of course, in the conversation, making them feel like what they're talking about is not important, making them feel like what they just said is really just something, just I guess just fluff. I guess I put it that way. How it's not important, it's fluff. How they condescend a lot of things that I've heard the women say. Not every woman, I can't say, but the ones I've chatted with and talked to, they feel that way. And it's like I said, the way that you come out for your communication, those 4 parts of communication matters. Like I said, we don't see that sometimes, or we do. Well, we actually may see it, but think it's funny, or think we're being smart, or think we're being the good partner and this kind of thing. But like I said, you're coming off to your partner in the wrong way. Like I said, it's not what you say, but it's how you say it and how you act when you say it too. I put it that way as well, which I'll add that later. But like I said, we have to understand that these 4 parts of communication all work together for our good. And if one of these parts is off, if you're sitting up here, got your arms covered, oh yeah, I want to talk in this kind of thing, but you're rolling your eyes and doing all this kind of stuff, nobody wants to talk to anybody like that. Male or female. Really doesn't even make a difference. A person, nobody wants to talk to you like that. And nobody wants to come to you and, of course, express themselves and be the good partner that you want them to be in a happy, healthy relationship, and come and tell you what their traumas and dramas were, when you can't even respect them when you're talking. And you're talking down to them. And you're talking condescendingly to them. You're talking sarcastically to them. You're talking disrespectfully to them. Nobody wants to come to you talk and have a conversation like that. That's why this video, again, is not what you say, but how you say it. Like I said, this part of communication, with these 4 parts of communication, the verbal, the nonverbal, the paraverbals, and the listening, they're all very important. And going on to the listening, actually, because I've talked about some of the other ones just kind of intertwined with each other. But the listening is the only one that you're not saying, well, you are saying something by the way that you're listening. I guess I put it that way. If you're only listening to, of course, respond and to retaliate and to say something back and not even hearing what they got to say, you're not even listening to understand the context of whatever was going on of that situation. Not even listening to understand how that person may feel, how it feels to be in their shoes with what they're telling you. There's no point in you having that conversation either. Nobody wants to talk to anyone, like I said, that's not even listening to them. Looking all over there and, oh, hey, girl, why are they trying to talk and all this kind of stuff. Nobody wants to talk to somebody that's doing that to them. That's very, very disrespectful. And I have seen that. I have actually been a part of that many a times. And I have actually done that as well. I'll put it that way too. So I didn't want to hear what that person had to say. And like I said, I had to correct myself and I had to learn. That's why I'm teaching y'all now. I guess I put it that way, that the things that I've learned and how important it is when it comes to relationships. And when I'm saying this, I just want to say there's a link, Instagram in my bio, and there's a link in the description of the video on Facebook or wherever else you're seeing this, that's talking about unpacking the baggage questions. Once we get these parts of communication going and flowing, I guess I put it that way, you're working on these things, unpacking the baggage questions is something that you have to go get. And I'm not telling you because I created it, but I'm telling you because of course I did create it. But I mean, of course, these are the questions that, of course, help me in my relationships, help me better understand my partner, help me better understand myself, and help me better understand how we can, of course, work together to compromise in order to move forward. The unpacking the baggage questions is exactly what it says. Unpacking your baggage, and of course, y'all coming together to unpack the couple's baggage. You and your partner's baggage together. There's no way that you all can move forward and flow forward if you have no idea who the hell you're dealing with. When it comes to anything, when it comes to finances, kids, I don't know, responsibility, monogamy or non-monogamy, all those things are in those questions that you answer yourself, and then you and your partner talk about them as well. You have to know who you're dealing with. These things like the communication, some of that tone is in those questions as well. And you'll see how your partner is responding to those questions. And if they even want to respond to those questions, I put it that way as well. That'll definitely tell you some things. I guess I'd say that. Not just the red flags, but if y'all have had issues with communication in the past, that could be why they're not telling you all the information as well. So just keep that in mind when it comes to unpacking the baggage. But I just want to make sure that y'all pick that up today. Like I said, there's 30 questions that you can answer. Couples can answer. And there's videos to go along with those questions so that y'all will know how to answer. Not know how to answer the questions, but know more in depth what that question means and what it's asking for y'all to do. And then give you some more things to think about that, like I said, correlates to that particular question. Like I said, make sure that you're picking up the unpacking the baggage question today. You will not regret it. Trust me on that one. Like I said, those are the things that I use in order to, of course, work on my relationship with myself first, and then my relationship as well with my partner, so that I can know who I was dealing with. And like I said, definitely, you have to definitely get there. Like I said, click that link in the bio or click the link in the description of this video and go ahead and start working on those today. But getting back to these 4 parts of communication, like I said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when you answer those unpacking the baggage questions, you will definitely know how your partner is going to say it and how you're going to say it as well. And how you're coming off and that kind of thing too. Like I said, we definitely have to get that under control. Like I said, I can't say that the guys don't do it, but I'm speaking to the ladies right now. And I've seen how, including myself, how we've come off to some of these men. Howling, yelling, disrespecting out in public, all kind of places. In front of family, in front of friends. If you all have a conversation, you need to talk about that shit at home by yourself, not in front of the kids either. It's not a good deal to be out here howling, yelling at some guy and in the middle of the grocery store or at a party, something else going on. You have to learn how to control yourself until you get to another destination where y'all can talk. I know I was talking to ladies, but that's for the guys as well. Because I've seen some men do that as well. Want to correct their woman at the party in front of everybody, or that's very disrespectful as well. Like I said, we definitely have to get to a better light, I guess I put it that way, in a better situation when you want to have these conversations. It says pillow talk. Pillow talk. That's one thing that me and my partner do, and we've done it a lot like that. Like I said, this is the pillow that I actually made. Like I said, the pillow talk is something that you do in your bed. I say in the bedroom, right before y'all are going to bed, that kind of thing. As soon as you get into the bedroom, that kind of thing, trying to relax. That's the best time to, of course, have these kind of unpacking the baggage conversations and the deep conversations, so that you all can, of course, go to sleep on these things, talk about these things, get the things out. You in the dark, you can, of course, because some folks don't want to talk to you face to face and see you face to face, which is, I understand that. That's fine. Pillow talk, you're in the bed, you all can talk and gel, that kind of thing, and go ahead and get done what you need to get done and say what you need to say. But like I said, we definitely have to understand that these parts of communication, the verbal, which the words that are coming out of my mouth, just like Chris Tucker said, the nonverbals, all my hand gestures and all my movements, all that kind of thing. Anything that you're doing with your body, I guess I put it that way, your eyes included. The paraverbal, your tone, your pitch, your pace, is how you saying it. Are you coming off sarcastically, disrespectfully? What are you coming off condescendingly? And then you're listening. Are you listening to understand and to learn, or are you listening to actually reply? We have to understand that those things are important when it comes to, like I said, our conversation. Our partner picks, they may not know all the words, all the definitions or that kind of thing. They're not crazy. They know exactly something is off. If every time that you all want to talk and you got your hands folded and you're saying you want to listen, you want to talk, but you're not really listening, all this kind of stuff, your partner's not crazy. They all know. I mean, they will notice that. You have to get yourself together first. When it comes to your communication, communication is a skill just like anything else that you can learn. It's not that it's hard to do or you'll never be able to get it done. You have to put the effort into doing it. All it takes is effort to do it. I had to teach myself how to do it as well over these last, I don't know how many years, probably about 20 years now. I had to teach myself how to speak. For one, I'll get into that in a different video. But like I said, I had to teach myself how to speak and get my words out as well. I used to stutter real bad. I just stuttered a little while ago, but that's all right. But like I said, I just studied to the point where you couldn't even understand what I was saying and talk faster than you all hear me now. I guess I put it that way too. I had to train myself to speak. I had to train myself to listen. I had to train myself to look at my own nonverbals and how am I pointing? Am I throwing my hands up? What am I doing? I had to train myself to realize what is my paraverbals. How loud am I talking? Am I coming off like I'm sounding sarcastic? Am I coming off like I'm sounding disrespectful? And the words, yes, the words that come out your mouth are important as well. You don't want to be talking to somebody, oh, F you and all this kind of stuff, all happy. People aren't stupid either. You still have to talk respectfully to somebody when you're talking to them as well. Not saying the words are not important, but everything that I've talked about are important. You don't want to be so disrespectful that you're cursing somebody out and talking down to them, fighting dirty, him below the belt. We don't want that either. So like I said, we have to take all these things into consideration when we're talking about having a conversation with our partner and making that conversation count. And what I mean by making that conversation count is making that conversation count towards a way that a notch in your belt that you all can move forward with. If you're talking about the unpacking the baggage questions, there's a question on there about trauma, sexual trauma. Having that conversation about things like that will help you push your relationship forward and your healing as well. You never know who you're dealing with until you ask those questions. You never know why the sex was off unless you ask those questions. That's some of that stuff is in the unpacking the baggage questions. That's why I said it's important that you pick it up today. Click that link in my bio or click the link in the description of the video to pick it up. We have to know that our communication helps us, of course, explain what we want, how we want, and what our needs are. And how we're feeling and what our emotions are at that time as well. If you can't explain to somebody how you feel, then what are you trying? I mean, they're not, well, I can't say that they're not going to listen to you. But if you can't get the words out, try to explain yourself and try to talk about these things, then you have to learn those things. I couldn't always verbalize the way I felt and my emotions and all that type of thing. I had to learn those things, the actual words as well. I'm feeling sad. I feel hurt. The trauma is doing this, or whatever the case may be. I had to learn those words. I'm telling you that communication is all of it. You have to learn it if you don't know how to do it very well. This is a new person that you see today with the communication. Back in the day, it was a bunch of hollering, yelling, cursing, all kind of stuff going on. Couldn't express myself well, stuttering all over the place. Like I said, I had to teach myself how to talk and how to understand and learn these communication skills. I'm telling you the same thing. It's not that it's impossible at all unless you're telling yourself it's impossible. All you have to do is make a decision to, of course, make that change. That I want to change my communication today with my partner because I see it's not working. My last relationship, all we did was argue I can't say it was one day a week, but we did not argue. Every single day. Come home, it's a nasty attitude. We up here arguing over something stupid. I knew that relationship wasn't going to work. It did not work. All the arguing all day long for I don't know how many years, I have no idea. Me walking on eggshells, I don't know if he was, I can't speak for him, I don't know. But I know that I was trying to prevent the arguments every day and the attitudes and all this kind of stuff. That is exhausting. Nobody wants to go on and on and on arguing all the time, and nobody's being heard in the relationship or just staying stuck and stagnant. We have to learn how to communicate better. The relationship taught me a lot. That's why I'm talking to y'all about it. And the communication skills that I learned again in the relationship that I had not fully learned before. That's why it's important to me because I want to see y'all win out there. I don't want to see y'all constantly arguing and fighting and the kids in the house and they hear all this stuff going on. I heard my parents fighting and my dad beating the shit out of my mom almost every day. Kids do not want to hear that. That traumatizes kids when that happens. Whether you're hitting people or not, the verbal down, I guess, disrespect is real and kids understand that. Then after so long, you will start seeing the kids start doing the same thing to the parent that you're picking on. Cursing them out, disrespecting them, I ain't listening to you, this kind of thing. It just goes on and on and on. We have to break that cycle somewhere. That's what I'm here to do. Like I said, help you fix your life and your relationship. That's why I got the certification in life coaching and relationship coaching. To help these couples out here who need this information. And I know that we all can do better. I'm including myself because I'm in a relationship as well. And this is something that I have to do just about daily to make sure that I'm not being condescending or disrespectful and this kind of thing. He does the same exact thing, well, similar things as well in his own way. Like I said, we have to get to a point where that is the case. We don't want to be in front of family and friends and kids howling and yelling and this kind of thing and cannot even have a conversation with each other. We got to get to a point where we understand the verbal communication is important. The nonverbal communication is important. The paraverbal communication is important. And the listening is important. With all those things working together, y'all, we have a winning deal. Y'all can, of course, get some things done, create some goals in your relationship and get that relationship moving forward, to get a house, to get a car, to take some trips, whatever y'all plan on doing. That's what communication will afford you. It'll afford you giving somebody space to, or of course, talking to, of course, express themselves and not being judged by what they're saying. Nobody wants to be judged either when it comes to a conversation. They feel that you're judging them. Excuse me. And that actually goes along with the listening. And I should have said that before. But when you're giving somebody space to talk and express themselves, all those skills put together, that's what it gives you. Everybody needs space to talk and feel safe to open up and feel like they can trust the person to open up that they're talking to. Everybody wants that. Especially in a relationship with somebody that you claim you love and that you want to spend the rest of your life with. We got to get it together, y'all. Like I said, it is what you say to a certain extent, but it's also at least 75% of how you say it and how you're coming off to this person. So like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video today, or at least took some nuggets from this video. Again, this video is Workshop Sunday. It's not what you say, but how you say it. This is one of the communication series videos. We'll have one again next Sunday as well. So like I said, definitely, I hope that y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope that, like I said, that you took something from it. Tag somebody in this video that's in a relationship that may need to hear this, or that you've heard arguing and that do need this information. I put it that way. Again, click the link in the bio and click the link in the description of the video to pick up the Unpacking the Baggage questions, so that you can start you and your partner can start unpacking whatever baggage y'all got inside your relationship. Communication is one, trust is, I'm sure, is another, connection, all those types of things. Start unpacking that baggage so y'all can start moving forward in your relationship, y'all. Click the link in my bio or the link in the description of the video. Again, I'm Tonetta Clay, your certified life and relationship coach, here to, of course, help you fix your life and your relationship. So take care, y'all. I'll see y'all next Sunday in the next Workshop Sunday video. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Well, as soon as I hang up the video. Take care, y'all.